Hello everyone, Roger Lugo back here, and let's talk about my process. So a reminder about what I'm thinking for this project. My original proposal was that I wanted to use similar, inspiration of what the Spanish painter Diego Velázquez did with his young pheasant or gallega, as it's known in Spanish. Um, and that painting was the one that I used for my master copy. So I wanted to recreate something similar, something that it was very intriguing about that painting. It wasn't not only the style, but if during that time, the only people who got a portrait done were only the royalty, like the church clerks, the politician. So creating a painting of such an everyday person who doesn't have had a huge name or any important job in society was something that was really intriguing me. Um, so for when you look at the painting, you don't see a lot of emotions. You don't see a lot in the background going on. Pretty much, you see a single light hitting the girl, and you can see how sweet she looks, how innocent she looks. So I think this is pretty much what Velasquez was trying to use in this painting. Just show how innocent and how delicate and how beautiful this girl really was. But for my project, I thought about using the same subject, a female, creating, using one light, hitting her face, kind of like a similar composition, but not with the same look. This time I wanted to use, more like a modern and confident woman. I want to still use it like a regular woman who with no name or anything huge in society, but some woman that wasn't afraid to show who she really is. A person who pretty much is speaking, freedom, like somebody with confidence. So pretty much, just kind of like trying to imitate what Velasquez did with the subject, but just showing somebody that is, kind of like I put it like a more 21 century, as I can say. I just show that by that time, women were treated like they were not such a big thing in society, but nowadays, they're equal. So pretty much that's what I want to communicate. So when I start looking at ideas about what to portray or how to communicate the what I was trying to show, I start thinking with thinking about first the composition, using one light and using somebody, a girl that was kind of like a young age but not that old, just to see how if it will get close to what I was thinking. Start still wearing something that it can imitate the original painting what the girl was wearing on her head, but more modern, more kind of like what girls will wear on these days. And instead of wearing something that will cover all her body, I want to show some skin. So I kind of like did that with the model that you're looking right now. That's one of my good friends that she's helping with this. So as you can see, I put first of all she's wearing a ponytail, kind of like a more relaxed pose. She's wearing a big scarf, kind of like imitating what the girl, the young pheasant was, like I say, wearing her head, and also the clothing. After I got that, then I thought, what about doing something a little bit more modern, a little bit more like, oh, girls are not allowed to wear that, but those times. So I decided to switch. Instead of wearing something like a scarf, I made her wear a hat. You know, just to see how she would look wearing a hat, and also I instead of just doing like a quarter paint. I decided to just to see how she will look, with small shirt and also wearing jeans. You know, a lot of the but that time, well, I will say not pretty long time. Women's they were not considered wearing jeans for fashion. So I thought that would be another idea, another good idea that I could use for that. So I started sketching, started working with the idea of the portrait, which was the one that I liked the most. The ones that she was wearing, the scarf and the light. So I started working, with sketching pretty loose. I did a few sketches, but then here I'm just showing the ones that I really uh, thought that they will create the style that I want. So I worked the lines first, and then I worked some values. So I wanted to show the darkness and the lights. So I did those, but I wasn't feeling very happy about that. I was like, this is not exactly what I'm trying to show about freedom, what a women really can look, or what I was trying to show about. She doesn't care about what society thinks. So then I start moving on with a different model. This is where another of my friends, Nicole. I was like, hey, you can be the perfect person. So I talked to her, and I told her about what I have in mind, and she was really excited. She was really cool with the idea. So she posed for me, and I did the same. Having her just show her tattoos and her hair. But still, I went home. I sketch a little bit, and I look at those painting, and it was like, I mean, looking at those pictures, and I was like, you know what, this is not enough. Even I took like, I don't know, like 20 different poses, 15 different poses from Brittany and Nicole. But then I went home and started sketching. I was like, you know what, this is not the what I want. So I talked to her again, and she actually asked me, like, why don't you just have me, with no shirt at all? So I was like, why don't we try that? So we I went back to her place, and that's when I shot these images that you see are looking right now. Um, I went and we started playing with a single light. Then I start using a reflector, so we can create a little bit of separation from her to the background, so we can see also a little bit more of her tattoos on the sidearm. So from those images, I was like, love the glasses, love the earrings, love everything. But then when I start switching angles, and then when I want to have her looking away from the camera, and then more kind of like, you know what, I really don't care. That's where I hit, and I said, this is the right image. So it's like so for my final image that I will use in as a references, it will be the one on the left that you can see here on the left. With her, covering her breast and then looking away over her shoulders. So I started sketching. I did a couple quick ones, and then I started doing the lines, and then of course I did the value study. And then after I work the values, I'd also create one that had like a dark background, just to see the separation. But then I come up with the final colors, as you can see right here. Um, with this, I think this is pretty much what's gonna be looking in the final image. I will still play a little bit more with the background. I'm not very happy with how she looks. I probably want to use something more powerful. The tattoos are gonna be looking a lot more brighter. But I just wanna kind of like have an idea about skin color, and kind of like the looseness she will have in some areas of the painting. So I don't want to have the whole thing looking very realistic or complete. I want to show a lot of strokes, a lot of brush strokes, as a Velasquez did in his original work. So that way that can also be a reference from the original paint, just showing those strokes in the painting, showing a female as a portrait, showing the single light as the main light, and having a strong contrast between the subject and the background. So This is pretty much what I have, what I've been working so far. So if you have any ideas or anything like that, I just really love to hear those. And thank you so much for having your time and listening to what I have to say. And have a good one.